Your thoughts?
What? What? Who?
Nice.
We have made it to Friday. It's 9:05 and a little bit of change, and I am feeling really, really good. Oh, it's life's easy in the 618 today. The 26th day of July falls on this Friday, and here is a great show lined up for you. We're going to be talking to Syndey Sinks in, just about 20 minutes or so. Sydney's going to fill us in on her latest blog, and then at 10:30, we're talking a little bit of Wood River today. We're going to be having on Councilman Jeremy Plank, and we'll get the latest on all of the work that they're doing out there in the city of Wood River and all the updates that we need to know come our way in the next 2 hours. If you want to be a part of the conversation, 618-759-7469, and I got to tell you, I got the team around me now. I got my sister, who's doing some wonderful work and some content stuff, just graduated, doing some great things, and she's going to help me help you make this a better live show experience for all of you, because even though we're great and we're hitting hundreds of thousands of people a month, I want 100,000 people watching the show live because we have a lot of fun. And you can text any comments and questions you want me to ask people. I'll do it for you, but we're going to make it a more of an interactive hub, and excited to see where things go. At 9:06, here's what's happening around the Sorry, guys, I still have that stuff I'm fighting off. Here's what's happening around the River Bend. Make sure you sign up for your daily email update, and you can join myself and 70,000 people that are in the know each and every day of the work weekend on Saturdays with Around the River Bend. And we'll be talking to Andrea Abbott today at 10:10. Forgot about that at 10:10. But she has a wonderful quarter auction coming up and a great event. And we're going to get some insights and just see how she's doing at 10:10 today. The Food on the Move free grocery trailer made a stop in Alton this Friday, parking at the Flock Food Truck Park and Bar. Community members are invited to pick up free groceries and enjoy a hot meal provided by the Soul Burger Truck from Belleville. The initiative, a collaboration between Alton Works, Food is Love, and the St. Louis Food Bank, aims to fight food insecurity by bringing in food directly to underserved areas. John Michael, who oversees the operation, emphasized the importance of accessibility, noting the closure of many soup kitchens during the pandemic. The trailer will return every other month on the final Friday. Great news for area residents. A grand jury has indicted Alton police officer Jeremiah Dressler on charges of theft over $10,000, theft by deception of over $10,000, and 3 counts of wire fraud. Here's what we know. This was announced yesterday, July 25th. The charges stem from the misappropriated funds belonging to the Police Benevolent Protection Association Unit Number 14. A fellow officer discovered the discrepancies and reported them, prompting Chief Jarrett Ford to involve the Illinois State Police for a criminal investigation. Dressler was placed on administrative leave and subsequently terminated before the investigation concluded. Chief Ford emphasized that Dressler's actions do not reflect the department's values and assured the community of their commitment to justice and to accountability. We'll keep you updated as more details on that investigation roll out. The Alton Fire and Police Departments responded to a traffic crash at the intersection of Salou Street and Humbert Street on Thursday afternoon. Here's the latest. An SUV And a car collided near Salu Park, prompting immediate response from emergency services. Firefighters treated one patient at the scene, but the total number of injuries along with their severity remain unknown at this time. The Alton Police Department launched an investigation to determine the circumstances leading up to the collision. The Bethalto Fire Department swiftly responded to a fire at a residence at Bartmer Drive yesterday afternoon. Firefighters arrived to find the back deck ablaze with smoke billowing from the home. Chief Brian Booz confirmed that the fire began on the back deck. Thanks to the rapid response, the blaze was contained before spreading further. A box alarm was issued due to the potential threat, prompting assistance from fire departments in Rosewood Heights, Cottage Hills, Meadowbrook, and Wood River. The fire cause remains unknown, but no injuries were reported. The former Emo's Pizza location in Jerseyville at 1600 South State Street will soon be home to Joe's Pizza and Pasta, with existing locations in the Riverbend and Godfrey, East Alton, Edwardsville, and more. Representatives announced on Facebook Wednesday that they will be occupying that vacant space. Remodel efforts are set to begin shortly, and updates will be provided through their Facebook page. Although the opening date is not set, employment applications are now open at ilovejoespizza.com/employment. Joe's Pizza and Pasta is excited to serve the Jerseyville community and invites everyone to stay tuned for more updates. Let's take a look at weather at 9:10 and a little bit of change on this Friday morning. Man, it could not get any nicer for being the end of July. I'm telling you what, leaving Barry Manilow last night, oh, it's beautiful. It's 73 degrees. It feels like 77 out there. Today, mostly sunny and nice. Now, afternoon shower or a morning one can't be necessarily ruled out. Stay tuned. Tonight, partly cloudy, and that's your only note for it. Right now, here's the air quality index, and it's something. The air quality at 46 is ranked as good. Grass is at 12, which is at moderate levels, so if you have some issues with it, might want to stay inside today. Mold is low. Ragweed is at moderate levels at 30. Tree levels are low at 0, and the UV index is at 9. Temperatures reach 86 degrees today. They drop down to 66 overnight as we head into Saturday. On Saturday and Sunday, this is where things get interesting for the 618. A 50% chance now they're calling for thunderstorms on Saturday. A high of 85, a low of 69 degrees. And then on Sunday, a 80% chance of more thunderstorms, a high of 85, a low of 72. On Monday and Tuesday, still that chance of rain lingers. 80% chance of rain Monday and Tuesday. No storms predicted those days. On Monday, a high of 88 degrees, a low of 73. And on Tuesday, the 30th of July, a high of 90 and a low of 71. Man, first time we've seen 90 in a couple of weeks. That's a look at your next 5 days and a look at time and temperature. A look at your weather forecast for time and temperature throughout the day. Call 618-465-4545. This time powered by Bounce Back, Rehab, Recover, and Return Home. Just taking a quick little check at our weather radar for all of you today, and it doesn't look like we're going to get much of anything, just in case you're a little bit nervous. Down south past St. Louis has a chance of some precipitation later on in the evening around 11, but other than that, we are free and in the clear. Now, looking into Saturday, you can expect right now from our radar around 1 p.m. through about 7 p.m., we're going to get some thunderstorms, that's for sure. On a Sunday as well, and Saturday night that storm starts on Saturday at 1 p.m. That rain will start trickling in, and it will continue until about 10 p.m. on Saturday night. On Sunday, our radar right now is calling for rain starting early around 5 a.m. It could be a little bit earlier. Rain continuing Sunday morning at 2 a.m., running all the way through until about 10 a.m. It will take a break and come back from about noon to 2, and then we should be free in the clear. So that's just your little bit of a gauge for the next couple of days on when rain could hit. If you got practice outside, maybe best to do an early morning one and get them out and get them going, and that way you're staying a little bit more dry. Hey, before we take a quick break, let me fill you in on Alton Amphitheater. You have heard me say this time and time and time and time and time and time again. You know what I'm saying here? Scotty McCreery's coming to town. Damn straight. On August the 9th, Scotty McCreery, one of the best country music artists, in my humble opinion, and one of the biggest names in country music, is making his way all over to right here in the 618 down here at the Alton Amphitheater. Tickets are going and gone almost. I'm telling you what, you want to talk about ticket sales? We're doing pretty well right now, and it's because so many of you love Cabin of Solo, that brand new hit single, the new album Rise and Fall, plus all the great ones like 5 More Minutes, you know, This Is It, Damn Straight, all of those fun ones. See You Tonight, just great songs, and he joins the lineage of the musical acts that have been on the stage at Alton Amphitheater. You know, that's something that no one talks about. We've went from Uncle Kracker and Sugar Ray to Leonard Skinner and Kenny Rogers and the Beach Boys and Steve Miller, all these great acts that come into Alton and entertain us and just really bring out those memories that really just make it feel so special. You can get tickets right now by going to MetroTix.com. That's MetroTix.com. But here, let me hit you with this. You have a group of friends. You get 4 or more general admission tickets. Use promos code Scotty15. That is Scotty15, and you get 15% off your entire ticket order if you get 4 or more general admission tickets. Oh boy, my boy, you are welcome. Thank you to the Alton Amphitheater Commission. Damn straight, we will see you right there at the Alton Amphitheater on a Friday night, August the 9th, as Scotty McCreery takes the center stage. And whenever you stop into the ticket booth, all that I ask you is that you tell them, hey, CJ filled me in and sent me your way. We'll take a quick break, but before we do, let's take a look at Skycam. We'll come back with more of our daily show after this. Mark your calendars for August 9th as Scotty McCreery is live at the Alton Amphitheater, celebrating the release of Rise and Fall, out now.
And tickets are on sale now.
Hear your favorites like This Is It.
This is now, this is what I've been talking about. Looking out.
And the new hit, Cabin of Solo. Get your tickets now at MetroTix.com.
Get paid to go solar.
We're not solar bros. At Grid, we're solar pros. We explain the process behind solar power so you can make an informed decision. We'll work with you to make owning your power as simple as possible and affordable with zero down financing and payment options. Our only goal is to save you money. Call Grid when you're ready to be independent of the power company.
I had an amazing experience with Dr. Haug and her team. I came here when I was 10 years old to get my braces on. Now I'm 28 years old, braces off, and I get so many compliments on my smile. It's helped me thrive in my career as a news reporter, and also as Miss Missouri USA, I took the stage with confidence, knowing my smile was gonna make me look like $1 million. I've never felt better and more confident because of my smile.
Life's better when you're under the American Family Insurance roof because they know your house is home base for their dreams. Whether it's a kid like me aiming for the big leagues, ready? Future rocket scientist, or a budding prima ballerina. When you feel totally protected, your family's free to pursue their dreams. She's good.
Let's go.
American Family Insurance.
No matter the season, Play It Again Sports in Edwardsville has the gear the athletes need to get in the game. Whether you're shopping for the newest sports equipment or saving money on quality used gear, Play It Again Sports carries what you need to maximize performance to get the most out of every swing, kick, stroke, or shot. We'll even buy your used goods, paying cash on the spot. We carry all the gear for all the sports all year long. We're your hometown sporting goods store. Play It Again Sports, conveniently located at 4 Club Center Court in Edwardsville. Picture This and More has been a trusted name in the Alton community for more than 30 years, with the last 3 being right here on Broadway. We specialize in quality framing at affordable prices. We also feature works by local artists because we're proud of our community. If you have valued treasures to display and preserve, we're sure to have the perfect fit with our large selection of custom framing and display options. Whatever color, shape, or size, Picture This and More has the look you need. Stop by today and let us help you with your next project.
Ready for fantastic deals? Head to Village Dispensary, where every day is a celebration. Start your week with 25% off Dog Walker pre-rolls on Monday. Tuesday, enjoy 25% off Divs gummies. On Wednesday, enjoy 30% off Nevada pens. On Thursday, it's 30% off CQ sodas, margaritas, and more. Friday, enjoy 3.5 grams of Megatron by NGW and Cronuts number 4 by Paul Bunyan for $25. Visit VillageDispo.com and shop now. Welcome back to our daily show. Here's CJ.
Song of the South, sweet potato pie and a shut my mouth.
920, welcome back. Hey, I don't know if you guys saw this last night. They had it on 4. I was able to catch some sound and some footage here. One of the coolest things that I didn't know is that Barry Manilow is a very big supporter of music around the country and local bands. And last night, Barry Manilow, the legend, presented a $10,000 donation to a local music teacher Thursday before a concert at Enterprise Center. Now, this was to Melissa Gustafson Hens with the O'Fallon Township High School, was the recipient of the grant that it's part of the Manilow Music Project. And like I said, I was able to kind of go down and have a, I actually didn't, stay for too long. I didn't feel too good. But I was able to go on the scene here and gather some footage from this, and we'll play a little bit for you now here on Riverbender as O'Fallon won big at Manilow.
And I love what she said. I asked her to give me a quote. This is what she said. Music is about creating relationships, experiences, life moments, and memories. Isn't that right? Isn't that right about music? Isn't that right? So, would you please help me say thank you and welcome? Oh, yeah, you ready, Ron? You ready, Ron? Her name is Melissa Gustafson Hines. There you are, beautiful Melissa.
And there you go. As you can see, it was such an exciting night for O'Fallon, as she, part of this is so cool. She, half of it goes towards the instruments for the new high school. Half of that $10,000, $5,000 went to the O'Fallon Township High School's instruments purchasing. And then the other half went directly to her. So really cool stuff. And I saw it last night, wanted to share it here with you. The reason I remembered about Barry Manilow coming into town was because of this woman, Dawn Mushel, and she's going to be a great partner for us at RiverBender.com and on our daily show. She's a great lady, and what she's done with the Troy Chamber of Commerce, Troy Maryville St. Jacob Chamber of Commerce is completely incredible. And we're going to play a little bit of this for you now because we're going to talk to Syndey here in a couple of minutes, but Dawn and I got connected because we're Fanilows. Seriously, small world. And she fills us in on some of the really cool work that the Troy St. Jacob Maryville Chamber of Commerce does. This is a unique organization. This isn't your typical, COC, Chamber of Commerce. This is very involved and really something that I think could be helpful for all of us today. Maybe you're a small business owner or want to start. This is some good information. And we're going to play that for you now here, right now, on our daily show.
Well, it's all right, even if they say you're wrong. Well, it's all right. Sometimes you gotta be strong. Well, it's all right, as long as you got somewhere to lay. Well, it's all right.
Welcome back, 10:12. A little bit of change on this Wednesday morning. I'm telling you what, My sinuses have just knocked me to left. It's a real thing.
It's a real thing.
It's a real one.
Yeah.
How are we doing? It's the first time you've been in studio.
Yes. And first, we did a little Zoom before.
We did a Zoomer.
But I like in studio. This is like the coolest building.
Thank you. It is, isn't it?
You know, you have a bank safe right around the corner.
Oh yeah, they won't let me touch it. I wanted to put the studio in there. You know, and then but anyway, it's nice to have you in studio.
Yeah,
and you're in that Troy, St. Jacob Marine Chamber of Commerce, but in the area next to it, near Belleville, is Bob Heil's place, Heil Sound,
yes,
with the Heil
Sound,
microphones.
Absolutely,
I had to go with the Illinois boys.
I love it.
How's everything at the chamber? Because you guys are doing cool. Not to cut you off, but just to give you all a little bit of a backstory. The Troy, Maryville, St. Jacob Marine Chamber of Commerce is just amazing. What you guys have done on your Facebook and social media, I mean, you have become really one of the more prominent chambers in the region.
Well, thank you. Thank you. We, all the chamber directors, we all know each other. And, I always say once you've seen a chamber, you've seen a chamber.
Yeah.
Because everybody's different. Everybody has different needs. We like to say we're educational, we connect, and we provide resources. So we have 400 chamber members who look to us for everything from grant information to information about upcoming events. And we do have several upcoming events. Actually, we are 40 this year.
You're 40?
Our chamber is, I'm 59. I'm not going to say 40 because when I said that, you looked at me like, you're 40? So, yes, I'm the chamber's 40. And I've actually been there 24 years of the 40. So, I kind of just love my job. I love it. We have on September 21st, though, we're celebrating 40 years.
That's incredible. How are you doing it?
We're doing it downtown Troy, blocking off a street or two. We have some food trucks, but I learned yesterday we're having an electric car show.
Yeah. Did you see, I don't know if you saw this, but there was a team from SIUE that's a part of this really cool electric kind of car race across the country, it seems like.
Crazy, isn't it?
Isn't it just nuts what's happening? Do you have any bit of details on how this car show is going to look?
Zero. I'm not going to lie. We all have pieces that we take care of. That is not my area.
I just think that is so cool.
So cool. Yeah. We wanted to be different. So we're having an artisan sort of fair with homemade items and that sort of thing. We didn't want it to be like every other event we do. We do a whole lot of events in a month.
Well, and that's what I think is cool because I've gone through and just kind of looked around on some of the different opportunities that are there. And it seems like there's not a week that goes by that there isn't something for a member of your chamber to really be a part of and do.
Correct. And even if you don't like to network,
yeah,
we have plenty. We just teamed up with Madison County Employment Training, and we're doing a hospitality training, 4 hours. You get a certificate when you're finished. And we have 38 people signed up. Within 2 days, we had 38 people signed up. So you have to find the niche of what your members need. No, not everybody likes to network. Not everybody likes to have education, but they might need my time or they might need a connection. So I think you have to find what your members want.
Well, and I wanted to point out something that I think you guys do so well. And I saw your membership packet that we were talking about kind of went over. Yeah, the menu of services. But what I think is so cool about that is it's not what I was normally used to expecting, where it was almost, the members' participation is what kind of warranted the chance of growth, if that makes any sense.
Sure.
But what you guys do is you provide different products, services. I mean, it's so vast. Can you kind of explain how you develop this? Because this is something I don't see very many developing.
Sure. We decided as a board that the members needed to be able to select what they wanted. And by doing that, if you like networking, you're going to get the email about it and you're going to get a reminder email. If you don't like networking and you don't want that and you tell us that, you might get that general email, but we're not going to target you for something that you don't like. So you get to actually go through and select through the menu. We have a culinary boot camp every other month that you come to, and we go through every single 74. We have 74 benefits.
That's incredible.
Yeah. So we have, you can have a professional speaker. We have different levels. We have investor levels, but $300 basic membership gets you plenty to start.
That's what I thought was so cool because I'm not going to lie to you. Whenever I saw some of that just initially, because you
Yeah,
don't
it's
read
a lot,
everything right
yeah.
away. You kind of do this a little bit because you're like, oh, that looks like it's going to cost a lot of money.
Yes.
But it's not.
No.
It is so affordable. And is that just because of how far you've grown as a chamber that you're able to do it at those rates?
Well, you don't want a business not to be able to join because they can't afford it.
Correct. Yeah.
You know,
yeah,
so
right.
you have to make it, and people can buy more if they like. We've had a lot of people move to that investor level, really, because your logo then appears, their logo appears on every single thing that we do. Product, Facebook, website, everything. So just imagine you're seeing their logo all the time. That branding is incredible. You can also pay monthly.
Yeah.
The ACH. So if you could pay $25 a month, you could pay $100 a month. You want investor level, whatever you want. So you have to meet with every member to find out what they need.
Well, what I think's cool too is, just from the time that I've known, from being on the show on Zoom and just kind of following you, is the fact that when someone needs help, you truly are there to help. It's not just, well, let's go ahead and throw out a Facebook post and call it a day, or let's just say we're going to send some emails out and see if we can get it. You really do fight tooth and nail for your members. And how important is it to know that they have an advocate when it comes to being a part of a chamber and not just saying, well, we're a member of the organization?
Correct. Well, we have a wonderful board of directors. We have incredible ambassadors. And of course, we're here today with the Shriners. We partner with them to help them with their barbecue, which they're going to talk about in a little bit. They put a lot of time and effort, and all of their money gets donated. So all of our nonprofits, anybody can call us or come to us and say what they need, and we can take care of them. I mean, we have tons of resources.
Well, and what I think so fascinating, I want your your thoughts on this, is that there's so many changes in how people can do business anymore. And, it's getting to a point where gone are the days where you paying $300 a month for someone to write your blog posts and press releases and things like that. And, something we launched here is called Business AI, where it's like Chat GTP, but you aren't paying monthly, you're paying per token to do all these services. Whenever you're talking with members, have there been a conversation about just some of these nuances in technology the last couple of years especially, but now with this revolution of AI and how it can really streamline some processes if it's done the right way and prompted the right way? Have you had those conversations yet?
We have, and I've been using AI really over a year. I try to get at the very beginning of something to try it out to see what
That's
our
what
members.
we did, yeah.
January we had AI training.
Yeah.
So, and we have AI training coming back in September. We had Google My Business training. So every month we have a lunch and learn. You bring your lunch. We provide a professional speaker. We had Google My Business. They were fantastic, and I feel like everybody who left that is going to be able to improve how people find them.
Yeah.
So we are reaching out to whatever is next. I'll tell you what we're doing for our women's conference, Be the Change. It is multi-generational. So we have all the generations, and they were talking about why. So when I do something for my 22-year-old intern, and they think, wow, why did she do that? We're going to help them understand. By the way, yesterday we brought on our 250th chamber intern. 250. I was and a triad student at that.
That's really cool.
250 chamber interns.
Well, and what I think is really cool too is the diversity of chamber members that you do have.
Yes.
Because I was looking through and I know that there's some on your chamber that are a part of the Home Builders Remodelers Association, and some of these, they're great people.
Yes.
We did a trade student spotlight with them. And it's just what I think is cool is you aren't going and seeing 800 insurance agents. And I'm not saying that as but we've all been to B&I groups, and that's a pretty prevalent industry that's covered. Yeah. Oh my goodness. I'm telling you.
We have a very diverse group, and it's come as you are. If you're a painter and you painted all day, I want you to come in your paint outfit.
Yeah.
Don't go home and change.
Yeah, don't put on a suit just to come in here.
We're a chicken and beer chamber. That's what I like to call us, because I want you to feel comfortable coming in. Now, I have to tell you that not everyone loves that, and that's okay.
Really?
It's okay, because not everybody is made for our chamber, and we're not made for every business, and we're okay with that. We want people to be happy.
That's another thing too, is so many times, and I don't know if it's just because of the way that the world's working anymore, we always try to feel like we have to adapt to fit that 1%, to make sure that we can grab the lone holdout so we can all. But we got to stick to our identity of who we are as a company, an organization, as people. How important is that conversation in your chamber whenever you are having your meetings, you are having your engagements, to realize, hey, Well, you don't have to bend over backwards just for that 1% that could actually drive off the 99 that are there.
And they will.
Yeah.
And they will drive them off. We have outstanding ambassadors and board members. At our event, they all have a role. So you might have one of ours could be a wall watcher, and they're looking for people by themselves. One could be taking the brand new member around and introducing them. They all have roles, registration, and they do a great job at making sure that everybody's included.
Yeah.
And that's what I think is so important in the world. I mean, start with the world. But, like I said, everybody that's with us has a different need. And I think as a chamber, that's my role.
Yeah. And I was just looking, is this an ICS calendar y'all have?
Yes.
Okay. We might have to make sure more of your members get love, and I can borrow that and add it to ours, too, because I want to just make sure everyone has the opportunity here to see it.
We have a great...
wow.
And I'll tell you the most hit page, and when we get our intern again for the fall, we'll fill it up at 810 job opportunities we had. So an intern goes in and adds that. Now our members can't, but they're busy. They're running a business.
100%.
So they go in, and we've had over 1 million hits on our website in last year.
That's really cool.
Yeah. Well, we work on SEO.
Well, and the thing is, though, that's very large for a chamber. I mean, that is huge. How important is it to keep evolving for your members? Because it seems like some organizations kind of get, I hate to say stuck in their ways, but comfortable being where they are. Mm-hmm. And you don't see really too much growth for years on end. For you guys, how important is it to evolve?
It is. And we actually have been talking about talking to some of our legacy members. So many of them have second generations coming up. What do they need from us?
Yeah.
What does the legacy member need? And what are the second generation? So we're looking at that. We have some really good new ideas for 25, but we're all about every day. I watch a video every day on learning something, whether that's my iPhone or how to do something. And if I think it's really cool, I'll just share it on my personal side, the chamber site. But we have some very intelligent members too who come in and speak, and you give their time. Mm-hmm. We have about 8 professional speakers in the chamber.
Wow.
Yeah, to start with that. So
that's really cool. Yeah. Got a moment to stick around real quick?
I do.
Are you looking for a fresh start on the road to recovery? Life free from addiction is possible, and it starts with our friends at Centerstone. Centerstone's a national leader in mental health and substance use disorder treatment for people of all ages. With a commitment to delivering care that truly changes people's lives, Centerstone's dedicated clinicians use evidence-based practices in their treatment programs, meaning the recovery care plan is developed for you based on the latest science. There's so many unknowns on the road to recovery, but one thing you can know for sure is that Centerstone will be that constant guiding force for you on your recovery journey. Addiction can happen to anybody. It's 2024, folks, but the good thing is so can recovery. So start working toward your recovery today by visiting Centerstone online at recoverwithus.org or hang out with Centerstone and myself on the first and last Wednesday of each and every month as we tackle this very important issue. Get over here.
When I got in the car accident at the ER, they gave me a prescription of hydrocodone. And over time, it took more medication to mask the pain. I moved over to drug seeking and found heroin and fentanyl. I went to the Centerstone rehab facility, and it was the best decision I ever made in my life. I have my own car. I have a job. There's nothing holding me back anymore.
Dream Home Realty Center.
Hey Sherry, talk to me, Dream Team.
We've got Joey.
Yo, what up? It's Mike Keith, the proud graduate of Lewis and Clark Community College. I got my start in broadcasting and now I work all over the country. I discovered my path in media, but I could have been an electrician. Or I could have been a nurse.
Maybe not.
We are Phillips 66 Wood River Refinery. We make the fuels that take us to work and our children to school. We make materials and energy products that allow us to stay connected to each other. We care about the quality and safety of our products because we care about the communities we share. Our employees live our values of safety, honor, and a commitment to act as good neighbors where we live and operate. We are Phillips 66. Welcome back to our daily show. Here's CJ. And that's so cool. 1027, welcome back. Now, before we go in any further into the chamber, do you want to preview who we're talking to with Shriners?
John and Gary. And it's the Smoke with the Kids barbecue, and they're coming up, and I am so excited. I believe this is their debut of an interview and a podcast.
Really?
Yeah.
Now, this is going to be a big event coming up in August. So this is a barbecue competition, correct?
And people are coming from all over the United States, and then they're having a I don't say non-professional competition. They'll talk about it, but
yeah,
they have a car show, and it's huge, and it's in Troy, Illinois.
See, now what I think's cool too is, and we're starting to get more and more up that neck of the woods. You'll see some fun news coming up in a couple of weeks about this, but you know, Troy and that area, Dawn, are really growing and just developing in ways that, I mean, are kind of unprecedented because it's quick growth and it's secure growth too.
Yes, it's secure growth. Downtown Troy is really coming together. I would say by the end of the year, because we got some construction because they're putting all the lines underground, but I would say by the end of the year you want to come visit downtown, and you could come, of course, to our event and see it. But we have Troy hometown hero banners.
Yeah, I saw those. Those were cool.
And you know the coolest part is when someone sees it for the first time and they just bawl.
Yeah,
and they take a picture. I mean, we have heroes at every level, though. You have a lot of military.
Mm-hmm.
We have former mayors, and whatever people say, that mayor job is hard.
Yeah.
I wouldn't do it. I wouldn't do it.
So what's amazing to me, and I've had this conversation before, is it is so much harder to be a local political figure than it is to be a regional or national figure because, you know, you're going to get 100,000 people at the regional level yelling at you, but locally it's a very vocal 100 that are going to tell you how bad you are every day.
Yeah.
And you aren't, you know.
And you're just in the community shopping, and all of a sudden somebody tells you, there's the stop sign. We need a stop sign here. And you're just like, oh.
You're right.
Yeah.
You know, how important is it to encompass all embodiments of business, from the government side of things to even municipal sides of things with simple ordinances and code changes, all the way up to innovative changes in terms of tech, in terms of just logistical changes? You're in tune to all of it.
You have to be. You have to have a pulse on the community, and I feel like that we do a really nice job of that because we listen. Now with the pandemic, it was tougher, but do you know that we called every single chamber member during the pandemic to make sure they're okay? I've never cried with people more than I cried with them. So,
you know, and what I think's really cool is just the advocacy that you all do. And going back to that, because I was talking, and because we do so many political interviews on the show because of the year it is, and you know, right now, Dawn, you know better than anybody, there's business owners working 16-hour days because they can't fill jobs. And it's, you know, not the argument anymore of, well, it's because they aren't paying anything. Right. They're given some huge incentives at some of these small businesses. I even know of one, you ready for this? $1,000 bonus if you just come to work every day of the week.
Dude, I come to work every day of the week.
Where's my bonus?
I'm going.
You know what I'm saying?
Apply.
I mean, but you know,
I know what you're saying.
When you're having these conversations, you know, what's your kind of message to maybe some business owners out there that are just frustrated because, you know, the hard work is never going to stop when you love it and the passion's there, but whenever all the momentum starts to dry up, it's hard to motivate ourselves.
It is hard to motivate ourselves. And I think, you know, taking a look at what are you doing differently than your competitor. Pay is important, don't get me wrong, but it's never the first thing. It's respect. It's, flexibility is great, and we all want that, but you can't have flexibility and work at home when you work at Dairy Queen.
Yeah.
It just, those aren't options. It's not an area. I will tell you though, we lost $84,000 in 3 years over the pandemic.
Did you? I bet.
But guess what? We applied for this grant earlier this year. I didn't think we had a chance. We got the maximum $50,000.
That's incredible.
And it's, you can do whatever you want, that we put it in savings. But I'm going to say this. I called the governor's office and said, hey, I'd like to send him a thank you note. I'd like to handwrite it. Will he get it? And they said, do you want to meet him? Well, yeah, I want to meet him. And there I am. I met him. Oh my gosh. It was just, about 6 weeks ago.
That's so cool.
Yeah, he was very, oh my gosh, so present. So like the media is all waiting for him. He's just chatting, and just a conversation like we're having today. I couldn't believe it.
That's so cool.
I mean, I just thought, wow. Just wow.
So, getting back to the chamber side of things, because we're getting ready to talk all about this wonderful event coming up. Yeah. You guys have always an opportunity for folks to go out, learn more, be a part of it, and just join in on the fun. Fill me in on the opportunities. I know we just talked about the 40th birthday party of Dawn, and I mean the chamber.
Oh my! Long time ago.
When is the 40th birthday party again?
The 40th birthday party, September 21st, downtown Troy. You will see this week. I did all my videos already. We're editing them so that we can promote them. But I'm so excited about this electric car show. Like, we want to do different things than people do, and that was our big thing. And when I heard that, I'm like, great, I've never seen one. I mean, have you seen one?
No.
Yeah.
I don't know how this is going to work.
I don't even know.
So, I got to tell you this. I had the Wienermobile on the show the other day.
I know.
Did you see that thing got flipped over in Chicago?
I know.
I think it was because of me, so I don't want to talk to the electric.
You?
Yeah, I have a bad omen about me
I
lately.
brought the Chambermobile today. Don't go outside and look at that
I'm not touching
Chambermobile.
Like Grandma and Grandpa used to play.
Look who I found. She was a little bit busier this morning than we normally are accustomed to.
Sorry, I'm late. I'm happy to be here.
Hey, it's always good to catch up. Did I show you this? Hold on.
No,
Before we do blog talk, let me show you this. I already showed it once, but as you guys know, on the lower third, O'Fallon won big at Manilow last night. Sydney, take a look at this.
I'm ready.
All righty.
I love what she said. I asked her to give me a quote. What she said: music is about creating relationships, experiences, life moments, and memories. Isn't that right? Isn't that right about music? Isn't that right? So, would you please help me say thank you and welcome? Oh, yeah, you ready, Ron? You ready, Ron? Her name is Melissa Gustafson Hines.
Yeah, how cool is that? Yeah, so O'Fallon won pretty darn big at Barry Manilow. So $5,000 goes to their music program, and $5,000 goes directly to the teacher.
That's so cool. What a cool program.
Yeah, he does it all around the country. I didn't know that.
That's amazing. Now, how was your show? How was it?
Okay, I've been thinking about telling this story all day, and I should not do this.
No, I'm ready.
I don't know if I'm ready. It's always an event with me. There's nothing you can do by taking me that's going to make it a normal thing.
No, let's hear it.
Okay. Well, we go to the... Okay, so we made a day out of it.
Yeah.
We're going to go, and we decided to go to Baker's and Hill first. Bart Baker, thank you so much for sponsoring the Cat Daddy's retirement show, and we decided to go. Well, I did not take into account that I did not eat anything for a day and a half because I was not feeling good at all.
No, CJ.
It gets worse. And we get down there, and it was a great show.
Yeah.
I mean, this guy could play. He was still singing really well, and it was all good. Well, until I wasn't feeling too good.
Yeah.
Okay, and we know how this is going.
Yeah.
I had my own game going on. This damn thing, let me tell you. I sat there and I went, oh no, oh no, oh no, here it comes. And I'm like sitting there like, how do I kind of acknowledge that it's not me and just kind of look ahead? I'm not being political, but I did the 45 where you just kind of do this. Then you kind of bob, and you're like interested.
Sure.
You know what I'm saying? I'm not trying to make it political, but that's what I did. I'm just
yeah.
kind of like sitting there. Oh, okay. Well, then, okay, the lady sitting next to me, that was definitely An older adult,
Right.
65 plus, knew something was immediately wrong.
Wow.
Knew it. And she just kind of picked her picked her head up, and she gave me this look like, I know it's you, but I can't tell. For 10 minutes, I was just hitting them before the show ended. And my aunt goes, my aunt goes, it was such a good show, but somebody went to the bathroom in their pants. It was me. I felt so bad. I ruined like 40 experiences. But I was so sick for a couple of days, and then
I'm so sorry, but that's the funniest thing ever.
I ruined Mandy for 40 people. I friggin' ruined Mandy for 40 people. Anyway, it was fun.
I'm glad it was fun otherwise. I'm so sorry, but...
Oh, man, we had a good time. But anyway, what'd you write about this week?
Well, I just want to acknowledge you went to Barry Manilow last night. I went to Vampire Weekend last night. So that's the difference between you and me. It's just what we go see.
That sounds a lot more fun.
I know. It was wild. It was very good.
What is a Vampire Weekend?
So it's a band. It's like a combination of like rock, indie, and ska music. And I'll be honest with you, I'm not a big ska fan.
No, you aren't. See, now what ska are we talking about here? We aren't talking like a Jeff Beck or like a Beck. Is that ska?
I don't know. See, and I'm gonna give myself away right now. I don't know as much about this as you guys do.
You think I do?
I don't know. I don't know that much. I was just along for the ride at this concert. I was just happy to be there. So I went. It was a good time. I had fun. But that's kind of funny, I think, the difference between you and me, what we go see and what we go and do. But that's so funny.
Fun, though.
It was fun. It was a good time.
Did you have a similar experience?
I did not have quite the same experience as you, but I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry to your loved ones, mostly.
I'm telling you what, man. So that's cool. I was trying to find a ska band that would be
right, like a comparable ska band. Yeah, I don't really know.
Sublime.
There we go.
There's
okay,
kind of
yeah.
ska.
I could see that for sure. Yeah, but yeah, so it was kind of interesting. But no, it was a good
Where
time.
was it?
It was at the St. Louis Music Park. So where was Barry Manilow?
Enterprise.
There we go. Yeah.
Close. Is that near Levere or?
I don't even know.
Yeah, you know.
What are you gonna do?
6 to 1, half a dozen the other.
Yeah, exactly.
I hate driving over there though.
Oh, absolutely. It's
It is
horrible.
the worst. And then you get these people that don't know how a damn stoplight works. So they're like, instead of just, waiting for the light to turn green, instead of just, jamming the intersection up, you sit there for 40 minutes because people are impatient and they cause the more wait times.
Absolutely, yeah.
Oh, terrible.
People
if you do that, don't even come on the show if you do that. So, good show?
Good show, great show. Glad you had a good time too. No, so we've both been busy, I hear. So
it's
what are you gonna
do? We needed a day away. And now today is a fun day for me. You got to work.
I gotta work. What do you got going on?
I got to go to Community Christmas.
I'll be there too.
Or Christmas and so I guess I am. My work's different because you actually got to remember stuff. I just have to go and say, hey, thanks for doing this. I'm glad to be a part of the team.
That's true. I got to go take some pictures.
You got to put
I'm
the
happy to
legwork.
be there. Happy to be there. It'll be very neat.
So I love this. You were writing letters again.
Yes.
And I appreciate that.
Yeah.
I don't know if I've told you this. I think we should go back to writing letters.
Oh, say more.
Because it's like, it's so easy to send a text, okay, and no one cares about what they're typing into their phone. Let's be honest, you do it at home too. You're just kind of either talking into it and hoping it's somewhat close, or you're just saying something that could be interpreted literally 50 different ways.
Absolutely.
And I have OCD, so my texting is very bizarre because it is so specific. Some days it's scary because I'm like, you don't want anyone to take it the wrong way that you're being a jerk or anything.
It's very you never know for sure. You got to be careful about that stuff. And so and I guess letters are probably kind of the same way where like you don't know for sure what someone's tone is because they're not talking to you, but I feel like it just is a little bit more heartfelt in some ways. So
let me tell you this though, I think a letter is an easier way to manipulate.
Oh, say more about that.
Because if you're a good writer, you can get the world to believe you.
That's very true.
But you can't really be a good texter. I have yet to meet a good texter.
That's very true. Yeah, I guess I've never met a good texter before either.
You know what I'm saying? No, it's just it seems like writing. If you're reading it, it's almost like it's just more persuasive.
Absolutely. You have a good point there. That's interesting. I hadn't thought about that. I'll have to start manipulating my friends and see what happens. But sorry.
I'm the reason the friend group disbanded now. So why do you want to do it?
Well, so I started writing letters during COVID. Me and my friends started. We just needed something to do and we missed each other, right? So we're spread out around the country. And so we started sending letters back and forth. And it kind of took off. And ever since then, it just has been something fun that we have kept up. And so sending letters back and forth. And, I got friends, and I got a friend in Nebraska and one in California and one in Spain. So they're kind of all over.
That's really cool. What are they doing?
Cool.
What school?
Military. So, yeah.
Damn. Good for them.
I know, right? Very thank you to them. But no, it's been a great experience just to talk to people and hear what's going on with everybody.
See, I thought you were going to hit me, and this is where I would have picked on you, but I can't now because it actually makes sense. I don't know the addresses of my Austin friends or Australian variety of those people. I don't know.
Yeah.
I could ask them, but it's like, I could just send you the text and tell you how I'm feeling too. But I thought you were going to say, one of us lives in Brighton, the other one's in Wood River. I'm like, well, I guess you can still send.
Yeah. Well,
it's still fun.
Sometimes people get bored. But
is it a stress reliever for you?
I think it is a little bit. It's just fun to write down and write what's going on, and you can kind of tell what anecdotes and what details to put in and that kind of thing. And it just is a way to kind of reflect on life and figure out, like, what do I really, because it's one thing to send a text and you can text about anything, but it's a different thing to sit down and put pen to paper and really be intentional about it. So it's a chance to be like, what do I want to tell? What do I want to share? What's going on in my life that's worth sharing?
This has been a nightmare.
I'm so sorry.
I have something just jammed in my eye right now and it's burning. I wanted to ask you, whenever you're writing it down though, does it make you actually feel out the situation better than texting?
Definitely, yeah.
Okay.
Well, it's kind of like journaling, right? I don't know if you're into that, but
No.
sometimes
I
tried, right?
So here's why. I'm not a good writer.
I doubt that.
I don't think I am. I could probably write an okay speech, but it'd be a pretty crazy one, but I could write it. It's just whenever I start journaling, I'm like, well, this is stupid. I'm writing like a 4-year-old.
It's confusing. It is hard. It is weird.
Like, how do you start? I was sitting there on the street corner. I watched a guy pee out of his truck out on 3rd Street.
Dear diary.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, it is weird. It is a very weird situation at first, I'll be honest. But
as I was accosted by somebody on the street the other day.
It is weird, but it's kind of similar in that
How do you
way.
start your journals?
A dear diary.
Do you really?
No, I don't.
Oh, okay.
But I just kind of jump in and just start writing whatever's on my mind, and I think that helps. But it's kind of similar to do that with a letter, because you just kind of jump in and start saying, you can reply to what someone else has said, but it's one thing just to kind of jump and say, this is what's been going on in my life, this is what's been on my mind lately, what's new with you.
That's cool.
It's kind of chill, it's kind of nice, but it kind of speaks to like a larger like issue or conversation about just like friendship and not letting those friendships lapse as you get older and move apart and all that good stuff. So
do you text with the same people
I do. Yeah. So we still text, we still call, we still talk in other ways, but we got to find a way to also make a letter interesting too. So
is it different than the text?
It is different.
Okay,
yeah.
well that's fair.
I put in different things in the letter than I would put in a text message. So
do you send them a text? See letter for details.
Yeah, I should.
So honestly, what I think's kind of cool is in text you can't really see it because we just went over that. You can't really throw your personality in a text, and if you do, you come off as a absolute lunatic.
Yeah, that's
Have you ever seen that where they try to like put in how someone like if I'm texting you and I put in my drawl into my words?
Yeah, no.
Like,
it
come
just
on,
doesn't
get the
work.
hell out of
It
here.
doesn't work.
No, and so like with this though, I get the sentimentalist behind this because you're going to see people grow through their letters. And it's like people are going to write differently now than they would 10 years from now or 40 years from now.
For sure, yeah. You can, and it's personalized. You can see people's handwriting and like the just, little drawings or stickers or I got for a gift from one of my friends actually a wax seal kit. So that's a little bit extra,
you're
but
getting in
it's
there.
okay. We're
You're
getting in there.
in there.
It's very fun.
Who has the best handwriting out of your friend group?
Not me.
Good answer. You have pretty good handwriting.
I don't think you've ever seen my handwriting. It's
Probably
not that good. It's not that good, but it's nice of you to think so. Thank you very much.
So I don't know about you, and this is going to be something kind of wild for your guy, the older generation. And I'm going to ask Syndey. I've never asked her this question. I cannot write anymore, like for distance. Does that make sense?
Okay.
I can't write a page out with my hand.
That's real.
Because my muscles are so weak in my wrist because all I do is type and text. Like, this actually hurts.
No, and you're so real for that. And
I'm being dead serious.
And it feels so embarrassing to be writing and being like, oh, I actually am in pain right now.
Like, you got a sweatband on and you're, like it's a Richard Simmons workout.
That's so embarrassing to me. But literally, if all you do all day is type and then, you text and that kind of thing, then no, literally the wrists are weak. And so it's rough. But
You're
no,
awesome.
I agree with you.
But it's just amazing to me. I mean, it really is because it's like, I used to write all the time because I went to private school.
Right.
But it's like, it's only been 10 years,
You think, right? You think. Well, and I used to do all my notes. People would have their laptops and stuff, but I still would do everything handwritten. And so I was doing that for a long time. Oh, judgment over here.
Oh, you'd be the one I'd be looking at in class.
Judgment. Wow, that's interesting. No, I would handwrite all my notes still just because it just worked better for me. But definitely nowadays, now that I'm out of school, I just can't do that anymore. I'm just not strong like that, like I used to be.
You got to be strong. Did you guys have you did because you were at the same time, that little algorithm thing, you'd put your camera up to the math problem and it'd solve it for you and break it down?
Yeah.
Do they, I was thinking about that we were in a lucky time period.
Yeah, we were.
It was before school districts got smart to the influx of cheating that was going on.
Very true, yeah.
And all these people that were valid, what I thought was funny? All these people that were in the top of the class, I saw actively cheating. And the best part of this whole thing was I actually got a group of them together to pass a final because I found the answer sheet.
Hey.
Yeah, I'm past the statute of limitations, so I could talk about it, but you guys rocking with your gold medallions, it wasn't all perfect.
You're sharing now.
I
You're
am.
sharing. It's all coming out
Well,
on
it's
this
because I was
Friday
sick
morning.
for 3 days. Now I got some energy back into me.
You got to share it.
God dang, I'm fired up now. I'll start naming them too.
Oh, wow. That would be interesting. Throw people off.
Once a week, I name somebody that plagiarized in high school. So, whenever you're writing, how long do letters take to get? I mean, honestly, I don't know anything about it.
About half an hour. I write it out.
No. Sorry, to get to their destination.
Oh, to get to their destination, forever. So, it takes a couple of days, but
Still?
Yeah, still. So, and that's also, you can always, one of the bright sides is you can always blame, like, if you don't respond for like a couple of days, you can always be like, oh, the mail just seems to be really slow these days. I don't know. But it takes a while still. So, but that being said, it's worth it to receive mail. Isn't it fun to receive mail when it's not like a credit card offer and a bill? Isn't that exciting?
That's all I get.
Exactly.
That's all I get. So I'm sure it'd be fun.
Yeah.
I'm sure it'd be fun. Or it's another, cease and desist. You stood too close to me at the bar, Okay, so part of me, what do you find disappointing in this?
What do I find disappointing in this? Oh, and the part where sometimes those answers can take forever to receive, right? And part of me, I blame myself too, right? Because I'm the same way where like someone sends me a text and maybe it'll be 3 days before I respond. I'm bad at that.
I am so bad at that.
I'm really bad
now,
at that.
Let's talk about that.
Yeah.
So here's what happens to me. And I'm trying so hard, and I know that there's people that are pissed off at me still because I do it. But it's like, I get the text and I'll respond to the first one. And then I don't know if it's a mental thing going on. I get immediately overwhelmed and I can't do the chain responses. It's got to be, give me a couple of minutes and I'll get back to you. But then you get 400 other text messages in a row for event 1, 2, 3, and 400. And
very true.
I don't know. It's kind of, I'm glad I'm not alone.
No, very true. Friends who text, and I do this too, so I'm the same way, but me and my friends will text maybe 5 messages in a row like that, which is fun because we're excited and we just want to share something. And I'm at it, and then after a little bit I'm like, okay, I'm overwhelmed.
You need a safe place. I mean, honestly, I do. I need to turn the lights off for a second. It's like, whoa, I'm not supposed to be this important. I'm not supposed to be this important.
I know, I'm not that interesting.
Well, all I asked you for is if you were coming out to dinner, CJ. I wasn't.
It's
you know what I'm
deep.
saying?
And it's not that deep, but at the same time, it just gets overwhelming to me. And so I'm terrible at responding to text timely. So if anyone is watching this and they're like, yeah, I know, I'm so sorry. But, that's one of the things about letters that on the bright side you can do, because at least it takes a few days for everybody. So, you can take your time with it, which is a little bit relieving. So on a bright side there, that's why I like letters, because you can take your time.
So are you going to continue the routine?
Probably, yeah. We got some letters that are going back and forth right now. I like it. I think it's really fun. I have enjoyed just getting closer to my friends in that way and mixing up the way that we talk to each other. So I think I'll continue. I think it's been a good time. And it's just a nice chance to remember to like take the time with your friendships and spend time with them and not let those lapse so much because it's hard.
You know, whoa.
Oh?
Hold the phone. I'm Mr. Rithi Singh, and I'm a senior manager in an Asian financial institution. This particular fund, the USD 30 million, that I have closely monitored for over 15 years, and I'm telling you, it's for you. I have a chance right now. This is a brand new email. We're going to get a $30 million studio if I reply with my credit card information.
You better click that link right now.
John, I'm going to send you this payment link, and we're going to get going. We got to link accounts here. People fall for this stuff.
I know. Well, and
someone has offered me $30 million in an email.
You know what? And I kind of don't blame them. It's like for some of those scams, some of them play on panic so well, you know? It's just terrible. But like some of them are very obvious. So what are you going to do?
So, you know, when it comes to writing letters, if you don't know how to write one, how do you get somebody to join you in the writing letter extravaganza?
In my experience, you just send one and you just hope that they'll reply.
Now, what if they reply by text?
That's fine. You know
that's
what?
not fine.
It's fine.
I guess that's a woman fine.
It's fine. It's kind of disappointing, but it's whatever.
That's like a big slap. Have they done that to you yet?
No, luckily my friends have been good sports about this, and they will keep up with it.
Who started the initiative?
Well, it started me and a couple of friends. We agreed during COVID. We said we're going to send some letters back and forth because we just needed something to do, and we were all writing kind of people, so we decided to go for it. So that was fun. We all agreed, but you know, I have a couple of friends where you just send a letter and you just hope for the best and see if they'll respond, and sometimes they respond and sometimes they don't, and that's fine too, but it just is a good time.
So
it's fine.
It's a good time. You know, I was looking at something. They said it took about a month and a half in revolutionary America to get the letters from across the sea.
That's wild. And that's the only way you could communicate then.
But then people were getting killed and they were getting their ships hijacked and you couldn't get your letters, and that was why.
That's wild.
Wow. I just punched myself right in the damn lip.
No, that's wild. And that's the only way you could communicate back then. That sucks. So, you know what? As much as I talk about texting, I'm happy to have texting. So.
It's another good form.
Yeah,
now,
we're happy to have it.
Have you looked back at the letters yet?
A couple of times I've gone back and looked through them, and they're very sweet. It's a nice way to kind of remember, you know, these conversations and that kind of thing, and these friendships and all that good stuff. And it's very sentimental. I'm a very sentimental person, so I get into it. But, you know, it's a good time.
There you go. What aren't you writing about the next 24 hours?
I couldn't tell you. It's been a busy couple of days.
Couple of days? This has been a whole month of summer. This summer has been just insane.
Very hectic, in a good way. Lots of good things
Very
going
good
on,
stuff going on.
Yeah, very busy.
Very busy. Syndey is. I am in the morning, and then
you're busy too.
Then I putter away. Too. You know. No. Well, let me do this. I have a couple of raffle tickets left, and I'm going to Freer in about, I think, in an hour.
Wow.
I think I'm going in an hour. There's a couple of you that have just sent me emails. Seriously, look at this. This is amazing.
Awesome.
I promise you, I'm not a liar here. Besides, you know, the fact, I got one here. Got any raffle tickets left? If so, can I Venmo you? I would like to buy 2. If you have any left, let me know how. I can get the money to you. Doing Venmo, and I'll reimburse it through my bank account and all that fun stuff. But we have about an hour left until we can get to Community Christmas, drop off Christmas and July tickets. You could win $3,000 or $1,000 or some really cool vacation spots, including a really nice one in Destin. Oh, man, it's beautiful. Great golf course, too. I'd pick that one over all of them. That's where you should go. Syndey bought some.
I did.
And
I'm excited.
Are you excited? Are you have any fun plans this weekend?
No fun plans this weekend, just kind of normal plans, but that's fine by me. I'll take boring, I'll take sleepy. I'm tired, so I wouldn't mind just relaxing. So, what about you?
Well, here's what I'm doing. Exhibit 1. No, I have a doubleheader tomorrow. I'm going to go out there and be a part of it.
Very fun.
And then we got a game Sunday. But tonight, I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to go to Village Dispensary.
Nice.
I think I'm going to go to Village.
Good for you.
I'm going to sit on my front porch and I'm going to be a complete Hoosier.
Good for you. That sounds very relaxed.
You know?
Yeah, absolutely.
You know, at Village Dispensary, every day is a special day. Whether you're, walking in because you're a run-of-the-mill regular like myself and that Aero cart's just looking you dead in the face, or you're new. Hey, guess what? It's for everybody. They have a consultation area. They'll pull you off to the side, and that way you aren't holding up the line like that. You know, you go to Casey's and that old person's there with $800 worth of tickets that aren't winners.
Yeah, absolutely.
Get out of the line. You don't have to worry about that here. You don't. You just pull you off. You have a consultation area, so you get to ask serious questions about how that product could help you and what you really need to really alleviate some of the things you're going through. Maybe it's pain. Maybe it's sleeping. Maybe it's just happiness. You never know. It encompasses it all, especially with their bud tenders, which are the best in the area, locally owned, union built, and all about quality. When you go in there, just tell them CJ sent you your way, because it's a joint effort, and you can now join myself and Village on the first and last Friday of each and every month as we talk about all things cannabis. Ready for fantastic deals? Head to Village Dispensary, where every day is a celebration. Start your week with 25% off Dog Walker pre-rolls on Monday. Tuesday, enjoy 25% off Divs gummies. On Wednesday, enjoy 30% off Nevada pins. On Thursday, it's 30% off CQ sodas, margaritas, and more. Friday, enjoy 3.5 grams of Megatron by NGW and Cronuts number 4 by Paul Bunyan for $25. Visit VillageDispo.com and shop now.
No matter the season, Play It Again Sports in Edwardsville has the gear the athletes need to get in the game. Whether you're shopping for the newest sports equipment or saving money on quality used gear, Play It Again Sports carries what you need to maximize performance to get the most out of every swing, kick, stroke, or shot. We'll even buy your used goods, paying cash on the spot. We carry all the gear for all the sports all year long. We're your hometown sporting goods store. Play It Again Sports, conveniently located at 4 Club Center Court in Edwardsville.
I just got a new air conditioner. Top of the line.
I bet mine's better. It's so efficient and quiet, I hardly know it's running.
I've got you both trumped. I've got a Linux.
So do I.
Barrett Heating and Cooling carries Linux products to meet any budget. Don't gamble with your energy dollars. Call Barrett Heating and Cooling and start saving today.
Lennox. Innovation never felt so good.
With over 20 years of experience, Wilson's Tree Service has the expertise to handle all of your tree care needs. Licensed and fully insured, their team of experts are dedicated to providing reliable service. Plus, with a 24-hour emergency service line, Wilson's will always be there for you. Don't risk tackling that timber by yourself. Trust the local professionals at Wilson's Tree Service. Visit treeservicealtonil.org to get started today.
Welcome to Evergreen Place, a community that embodies joyful living, independence, and financial freedom for seniors. If you're looking for a full day of activities or to relax in your apartment, we have you covered. Located on the Alton Memorial Campus. To know us is to love us. Experience the difference at Evergreen Place.
Life's better when you're under our roof. That's because our expert agents will make you feel totally protected with the right auto and home coverage at the right price. Also, you can enjoy the dreams you've worked so hard to achieve. American Family Insurance.
Since 1993, Sparks Junk Removal is always adapting to the needs of our clients. That is why we now offer weekly trash pickup for selected areas. Plus, we offer driveway-safe rubber-tired dumpster rental. Give us a call today at 618-781-1407 or visit us at sparksjunkremoval.net.
Not sure if you've noticed, but those advertised prices from the other dealers are just a bunch of blah, blah, blah. At Roberts Motors, the advertised price is the price you pay. And that, my friend, is great news for you. Don't fall for their so-called incentives that will leave you banging your head against the wall. Go with Roberts Motors. prices you can trust, and people you will like. That's the Roberts Motors way. And trust me, it's the way to go.
Mark your calendars for August 9th as Scotty McCreery is live at the Alton Amphitheater, celebrating the release of Rise and Fall, out now.
And tickets are on sale now.
Hear your favorites like This Is It.
This is now. This is what I've been talking about. Looking out.
And the new hit, Cab in a Solo. Get your tickets now at metrotix.com. Welcome back to our daily show. Here's CJ.
And you know it will.
Sorry you couldn't hear that. I love whenever I go off the mic and people are like, I know he's spilling city secrets. I know he's doing it. Might have been very tiny ones. You know, Andrea Abbott, I love having you in studio, but also love the fact that you tuned in and knew I was having some eye issues.
I got you.
My eye is starting to get less and less itchy. I was getting ready to have just a coronary over this thing.
I can tell.
So how long have you been in the quarter auction industry?
So actually, I invented it 15 years ago when I was pregnant with my oldest daughter, Audrey.
How did this idea come? I've never asked you.
No, so I went to this little Tupperware thing in Belleville or somewhere, and they were doing some weird thing with quarters, and it wasn't an auction, but it was like a raffle type thing. And when I left, it just didn't make sense, and it drove me nuts, and I literally didn't sleep for like 3 days. And my husband at the time was like, what is wrong with you? Because I would get up and I would write stuff down, and then finally it hit me, had it figured out, and went for it.
That's it?
Mm-hmm.
So how did it develop? Because this is what I think's cool, because every time I saw them, I'm like, oh, a quarter auction, that's kind of interesting, you know, and you assume things, but you don't realize that there's some really great items all throughout your auctions. It's not like a sticker packet, you know, and little things. These are great, great products.
Yeah. Well, the main thing that I wanted to do is I had a lot of friends that were Tupperware and Pampered Chef and all those type small businesses.
Yeah.
And we were tired of going to people's homes and doing shows. So this brought 25 vendors into one room. They all get to sell their items throughout the auction.
Yeah.
They get to put their items in the auction, and then they make money too. So everybody makes money.
That's really
And the
cool.
people get to take home cool items for quarters.
Well, and I'm sure it helps those vendors so much because there's only so much time in the day. There's only so many events that you can pick and choose that are going to be beneficial. So if you know there's a spot where at least your product's going to be utilized, go for it, you know? Man, that's really cool. So with this quarter auction, what day is it on?
It's August 16th.
You know, that's a great day. That is the 2-year anniversary of this show.
There you go.
We'll
celebrate you too.
I'll have to come down and say hi. Now, where's it at?
It's at the Wood River Moose.
That's a nice, that is a very nice facility. Now, is that they have a pretty big inside foyer, don't they?
I think it holds about 300 people.
Really?
I think. Don't quote me on that. I really don't know. I want 300 people in there. How's that?
That's a great idea. So
we have packed it before.
Here we go. Let me fill you in. Doors open at 6 p.m. The auction starts at 7, and I'm sure that Andrea's pulled out every stop you can think of for 15 years.
Yeah.
Is that the truth?
Yeah, every year we do a different theme. We've been a circus. We've done Disney. We've had prom.
That's so cool.
Yeah, I wore my senior prom dress one year.
Good for you.
It was too big.
No, it was too big? That's awesome.
Yep.
That's awesome.
This year we're just having a big birthday party. It's just going to be a huge celebration. Balloons. We want everybody to decorate their tables with birthday stuff, and we'll have like a contest. Whoever decorates their table the best, they win a prize for each person at the table. And
wow.
So it'll be fun.
This is cool. So this is where you can join Andrea for this big old celebration, the 15th birthday. Now, you need to get your birthday decor for the table, correct?
Yeah.
There you go. Now, decorate your table, max 10 per table, and you can enter their table decorations contest. Now, who wins that? What's the prize?
I don't know yet.
You know, well, I'm sure there's been some fun.
Sometimes it's like a dessert, like from the place.
Yeah.
When we used to do it at the tea room, I'd buy everybody a slice of pie or whatever, or if they want a shot, I'll buy them a shot. It's kind of whatever I pull out of my hat that night. I'm
So,
really good at that.
I'm sure there's been some very elaborate themes when it comes to some of
my
these
goodness.
tables.
The circus was the most interesting one. I was the ringmaster. Yeah, we did a Halloween one.
So,
It's fun.
how do the quarter auctions work and operate?
Okay, so 25 vendors come in and set up, and they put 4 items in the auction. Okay, and then the guests come in, they buy a paddle. Paddles are $1. That paddle has a number on it, and then I have a corresponding poker chip. And when I say item number 1 is such and such, for example, from Mary Kay, and it's a $50 retail, it's a 2-quarter bid. You as a guest will put your paddle in the air, put the 2 quarters in the vendor's bucket. The vendors walk around and collect all the quarters. And then the quarters all come trickling up to that vendor's bag, envelope. And then I draw numbers, and if you bid on that item, you get that $50 item for 2 quarters. So it's a live auction, and it goes fast.
Oh my God.
Technically, it's in between a bingo and a raffle.
That's what I'm
Way
getting
more
at, because
fun.
it's not an auction. Because an auction, I get screwed
I'm
at
not an
these things. Well, what happens is I'm bad at what I do. I should. Okay, that's gonna get screen grabbed. God damn it! I'm bad at auction. God dang it!
Well, we're not having you on that side.
Just wait until the competitor grabs this one. I'm bad at doing the auction process, because even the silent auctions, I always feel like, oh, okay, I'm gonna ride the price up on this, and I'm gonna stick it to little Johnny over there, and then I get hit with the $600 bill, and I'm trying. Then I go to the bank going, okay, now is there a way we can divvy up deposits here? Please don't hurt me on this.
I did that one time about a $5,000 trip.
Oh no!
And the next day I went to my family and we're like, okay, who wants to go to Naples? And everybody had to pitch in and we all went to Naples. And it was great. It's wonderful. It's in the most beautiful home.
But this is what I think's cool about this, though. You don't need to have pockets full of cash to go into your spot.
Typically $20 will get you through the whole night. 2 rolls of quarters, and I sell quarters there too.
Now I gotta ask you, is it harder and harder to find the quarter rolls anymore, or is it still easy?
Liberty Bank hooks me up.
Do they? Good for them.
Yep.
But I love that. So $20 can get you a night of entertainment.
Yep.
And
absolutely.
you're winning $50 items on 50 cents.
Possibly. Yep.
This is incredible.
Fun.
Now, what are and you know what's wild is how many times you've been on the show and I never asked you the process. Because I just assumed, it just, well, everyone knows the process.
Yep.
Except for me.
So that's it.
It's awesome.
It's easy.
So it's $1 a paddle, correct? Can you only get one paddle?
No, you can buy as many as you want.
Really cool.
Yeah, it just ups your chances.
I love
But per paddle, you have to put that amount of quarters in. But you don't have to use them all every single time.
So if you get 3 paddles and you wanted to use,
all 3,
you had to put $1.50 in for that $50. But that makes sense.
Yep.
Now, whenever you did it, was there any changes that you made since the first installment? Were there any major changes?
Oh my gosh. The very first one we did was at Pete's, and it was a complete shit show. It was a mess. But it was a very big lesson. We learned a lot. We had 10 vendors. Each vendor put 12 or 15 items in. It went until midnight. We had people wrapped all the way around Pete's parking lot. I mean, they were so excited for something new. It was insane. It was crazy.
Oh my gosh.
So then we kind of outgrew that, and then we came down to Max and started doing it Max. We did it there for 3 years. And our anniversary ones, typically, people are lined up all the way around the building.
Yeah.
I have pictures of guests all the way around to Bossa Nova's waiting to get in for it.
Well,
it was super fun.
What's wild about this is that I knew about the quarter auction never even going because of just how popular. I mean, they grew. Were you surprised by how much it grew? Because that's kind of unheard of.
Oh, we were doing 7 a month. We were traveling all over Jacksonville, Springfield, Maryville, Collinsville, Belleville. I mean, we've done them all over.
Wow.
It was crazy. And then we started doing fundraisers, and one year we raised over $50,000 in 1 year for fundraising.
That's incredible.
Yeah, it was fun.
Well, and as we're at this, stage in the conversation and, looking back at 15 years since the original quarter auction, a couple of questions come to mind. Does it bother you that sometimes folks try to take your idea and just completely steal it? I hate to sound really pessimistic, but
there has been quite a few. But the thing is no one can do it like me.
Yeah.
No one is me. I do it the exact same way every single time to a T. And I don't change anything, because why would you change something that works?
Thank you.
It's just stupid.
Thank you.
And they try and take it, and they try and twist it around. How can you have a quarter auction but use tickets? That's a ticket auction. It's not a quarter auction.
Yeah, it's a raffle.
Blows my mind.
Yeah.
Yeah. Instead, they sell the tickets for and use them as quarters. Well, that's not it. But also, a lot of people can't go and get $1,000 worth of quarters and bring them to the auction and sell them like I do.
Right.
I bring $1,000 worth of quarters every single time. We never run out of quarters, ever.
Well, and too, it's all about the vendor selection too.
Yeah, we do have some really, really good
I mean, it'd be one thing if you had, little Susie's painted rocks as,
Right.
the vendor, but you're getting quality. I mean,
yeah.
everything's quality. And the other thing is you had a busier year too because you got out of your current space, correct, over at A&A.
Yep.
In that time period, how have things looked? Have you been able to really refocus efforts on this? And, what are you feeling?
No, because school let out. And then the kids just took over.
Oh, no.
I'm so unorganized right now.
I
It's
bet.
unreal. They got to go back to school so that I can figure out what the hell I'm going to do.
Well, that makes sense though, because I know that there's so many things that have you've encountered this year and you're kind of bouncing through. Do you have some ideas in your mind of what the fall's going to look like yet? Or are we going to take that when school starts?
Yep.
Good answer. So as we get
Right now we're surviving.
I hear
With
you.
a 14-year-old and a 10-year-old, we're just surviving.
Oh. Well, and honestly, that's all you can do at this point in summer. At this point
in this world.
Well, oh man, you're getting ready for college visits coming up in a year or two then.
Probably in 2 years. Yeah.
2 years?
She's getting ready to be a freshman.
Oh, okay. So you do got some time. You got some waiting periods.
Yep.
Getting there.
Yeah.
No, we're getting back to the quarter auction here. It's August the 16th. This is the I don't even know what the hell I was just saying. The 15th birthday celebration. I've definitely been talking too much this week. Of the original, the OG quarter auction.
That's right.
Wood River Moose, 730 Wesley Drive in Wood River. Food and drinks available for purchase. Now, doors open at 6 p.m. Auction starts at 7. Now, with drinks and food being available for purchase, folks probably can't bring food in, correct?
No.
Okay, wanted to just clarify in case someone was new and
Not
wanted
there.
to.
But the food at the Moose is awesome.
The drinks at the
are
Moose.
cold.
Yeah, I mean, the drinks are what I think's cool because
We have a good time.
I'm a pretty big snob when it comes to coldness of beverages.
Yeah.
I'm very serious about that and the way a Coors Light tastes. Because you ever get one that's stale? Oh,
The mountains aren't blue.
oh, they are not. And it's like, come on, get out of here. Never at the Wood River Moose.
Right.
How long do your auctions run?
We will be done. It starts at 7, and we typically are done by 9:30.
That's
I mean, it is.
militarized almost. Well,
Yeah.
I mean, when you do it that successfully for so long, why add a component and throw off the train?
Exactly. It may take a little bit longer with the special stuff that we're doing, but we're typically out by 10.
What are some of the special things?
I don't know yet. I can't tell you.
I love it.
We'll say it's a surprise because I really, truly don't know yet. That's in the next week. We'll figure that out.
There you go. Now,
We give away TVs and all sorts of big things at this one. There'll be TVs, coolers, alcohol baskets, all sorts of stuff.
okay.
This is the big one.
Okay, now I'm very enticed. I myself am enticed to be over here at the 15th annual. I
Prime
could
day.
celebrate my 2 years of not being run out of town on the 16th and win
There you
big.
go.
Now, whenever you get a table in there, what's the price to show up? To walk in the doors, or a door price?
Just the paddle.
Oh, is that it? Seriously? There's not like a $10 admission?
No.
That's really cool.
It's a good idea, though. Man, I'd make a lot more money.
Just throwing, I probably, everyone out there right
TJ's
now,
making the quarter auction works.
they're going to pump my tires by the time I get outside.
And criticize you because you're not good at what you do.
You're gonna, they're gonna find me on the street with a bag of quarters upside my head. But that's
Walk into the Moose.
no, I really think this is cool because it's not for one demo either. I mean, everybody can come and really enjoy this.
And kids can come too, and they like it too. They love to bid.
Kids
My
can't.
girls have always come to them.
That's so fun. Now, what was who was the target market when you were starting this? Did you have an idea of who you were looking for, or was it just anyone that wanted to come be a part of it?
A lot, yeah, exactly. I mean, it's kind of a lot of people that like bingo love to come.
Yeah.
But then it's also groups of women that do trivia nights and things like that. This is just easier. They don't have to answer questions. Girls' night out. That helps.
This is a silly question, but is Wood River Moose ADA except like with wheelchair? And
Oh, yeah.
Because my grandma uses a walker, and I think this would be fun to go do
Oh, yeah.
on a Friday
And
night.
men love to come too.
No, I want to go. This sounds really fun.
There's only one thing you can't say. You cannot call bingo. Like when you win, if you yell bingo, I kick you out.
Are you serious? Has it happened?
No.
Oh.
But yes. I have been harassed several times with the word bingo and threatened to kick people out jokingly. But
You know, I went to bingo once, and it was the most ridiculous experience of my life. People are mean there.
Oh, yeah.
You're competing for $50 like it's...
they got their trolls and all their good.
Right, come on now. But it's like, go play the slot machine and win the money there. We aren't competing for thousands here, people. We're just competing for our dollars.
They're serious.
Oh my, you're...
And quarter auction people get kind of serious too.
Do they really?
Oh,
Okay.
yeah.
Do you have any regulars that have been there since the start?
Oh, absolutely.
Do you want to give them some love?
I don't know their names, but
Yeah.
we typically have like 6 or 7 women that come to every single
That's
auction.
really cool.
We used to have a Bunkhouse Joe started with us.
Are you serious?
Olive Oil Marketplace started with me. The quarter auctions, those are the 2 main ones that have really ventured out and become super successful. Yeah.
Well, and you know, what does that kind of mean for you too to
it's
have
awesome.
because you have a piece of history with this too, because you know, in another 15 years when those group of women are sitting there going, man, we had so much fun at those quarter auctions all those years, and Olive Oil and all those places talking about just the startup.
Well, the quarter auction led to the gift box when I opened the gift box, because I took those vendors and then made a store, and then it just trickled on from there, and then A&A Boutique and quarter auctions, and it's all
so
about
cool.
vendors. It's not about making just myself money.
Yeah, and that's what I mean, everything you do has been successful for a team. It's not successful for you and going, oh, well, hopefully next year it's better for you. Come back, you know, and
I'm
give
gonna
us
hit
your...
that million one of these days. Dang it.
It's going to happen.
I hope so.
It's going to happen. The only thing I could hit 1 million in is views.
You're getting there.
I already did that.
Did you?
Yeah, oh yeah, that was
That's
last year.
awesome.
But it's just, you know, the dollar part is probably not going to be there for quite some time. Until Andrea and I are, you know, gambling and winning big somewhere.
That's right. We need our own shows.
Yeah, you know, that's it. We'd be having some fun. You guys have to mark your calendars for this. It's wild to me that we're literally 30 days away from the quarter auction. 20? Yeah. No, we're 20.
Yeah.
Wow. Yeah. This summer has flown. It's because it's not as hot.
I don't know. It's crazy gone fast.
Everyone I've talked to, though, has said that. It has been ridiculous. And you have to mark your calendar because you know you're going to blink your eye and this is going to be here. August the 16th is a Friday. It is at 6 p.m. at the Wood River Moose Lodge, a wonderful, wonderful venue that does a lot for the community, too. They give back a lot. You guys can get there at 6 p.m. when the doors open. Now you can max tables of 10 per.
No, I mean, you can put as many people on there as you
Oh,
want.
really?
I think their tables are long at this one.
Oh, nice.
But I had to cap it off for the decoration contest because there'll be like 30 people at one table saying, and then I'd probably 30. So
Gotcha.
that's where that came from.
Gotcha.
It's happened before.
You can tell you're a veteran when it comes to
God, that makes me sound old.
No!
Call me a veteran?
No! No, I'm in trouble. 730 Wesley Drive is the address for the Wood River Moose. Food and drinks are available for purchase, but please don't bring any in because they'll have to take them back out to your car. You could win big. You put in 2 quarters, you walk out potentially with a $50 item and then some, and then you have fun all night celebrating 15 years of the original quarter auction that so many have tried, but only one person's perfected, and that's the original over there. Yep. Anything else I'm forgetting about, Andrea?
No, that's it.
Thank you for the eye drops.
Thank you. Well, you're very welcome. Thank you for having me again.
We'll take a quick break at 10:30 and a little bit of change. More of our daily show hits you next with Jeremy Plank and Wood River right after this. Ready for fantastic deals? Head to Village Dispensary where every day is a celebration. Start your week with 25% off Dog Walker pre-rolls on Monday. Tuesday, enjoy 25% off Divs gummies. On Wednesday, enjoy 30% off Nevada pens. On Thursday, it's 30% off CQ sodas, margaritas, and more. Friday, enjoy 3.5 grams of Megatron by NGW and Cronuts number 4 by Paul Bunyan for $25. Visit VillageDispo.com and shop now.
No matter the season, Play It Again Sports in Edwardsville has the gear the athletes need to get in the game. Whether you're shopping for the newest sports equipment or saving money on quality used gear, Play It Again Sports carries what you need to maximize performance to get the most out of every swing, kick, stroke, or shot. We'll even buy your used goods, paying cash on the spot. We carry all the gear for all the sports all year long. We're your hometown sporting goods store. Play It Again Sports, conveniently located at 4 Club Center Court in Edwardsville.
I just got a new air conditioner. Top of the line.
I bet mine's better. It's so efficient and quiet, I hardly know it's running.
I've got you both trunked. I've got a Linux.
So do I.
Barrett Heating and Cooling carries Lennox products to meet any budget. Don't gamble with your energy dollars. Call Barrett Heating and Cooling and start saving today.
Lennox. Innovation never felt so good.
With over 20 years of experience, Wilson's Tree Service has the expertise to handle all of your tree care needs. Licensed and fully insured, their team of experts are dedicated to providing reliable service. Plus, with a 24-hour emergency service line, Wilson's will always be there for you. Don't risk tackling that timber by yourself. Trust the local professionals at Wilson's Tree Service. Visit treeservicealtonil.org to get started today.
Welcome to Evergreen Place, a community that embodies joyful living, independence, and financial freedom for seniors. If you're looking for a full day of activities or to relax in your apartment, we have you covered. Located on the Alton Memorial Campus. To know us is to love us. Experience the difference at Evergreen Place.
Life's better when you're under our roof. That's because our expert agents will make you feel totally protected with the right auto and home coverage at the right price. Also, you can enjoy the dreams you've worked so hard to achieve. American Family Insurance.
Since 1993, Sparks Junk Removal is always adapting to the needs of our clients. That is why we now offer weekly trash pickup for selected areas. Plus, we offer driveway-safe rubber-tired dumpster rental. Give us a call today at 618-781-1407 or visit us at sparksjunkremoval.net.
Not sure if you've noticed, but those advertised prices from the other dealers are just a bunch of blah, blah, blah. At Roberts Motors, the advertised price is the price you pay. And that, my friend, is great news for you. Don't fall for their so-called incentives that will leave you banging your head against the wall. Go with Roberts Motors. Prices you can trust and people you will like. That's the Roberts Motors way. And trust me, it's the way to go.
Mark your calendars for August 9th as Scotty McCreery is live at the Alton Amphitheater, celebrating the release of Rise and Fall, out now.
And tickets are on sale now.
Hear your favorites like This Is It.
This is now. This is what I've been talking about. Looking now.
And the new hit, Cav in a Solo. Get your tickets now at metrotix.com. Welcome back to our daily show. Here's CJ. Welcome back. I'm actually right on time. That never happens. It is 10:35. Councilman Jeremy Plank joining me in studio from the city of Wood River. How are we doing it? I haven't talked to you in a long time.
Yeah, it's been a little while.
Yeah.
So a lot of things
Shame
have been
on
happening
me.
in the city of Wood River, so just here to talk about some of that.
Well, shame on me, seriously, because, man, I've just by talking to some of the Main Street folks that and all the excitement they have and just seeing the news, you guys are doing some wonderful work.
Yeah, we've got, like with the TIF area, which includes downtown, I mean, we've had $3.5 million in EAV increase since the last 4 years. So we're excited about a lot of the improvements going on. And that's not just downtown, but also the other parts of Wood River. We've had a lot of business development too, so we're excited.
Really cool. Well, currently in council, what are you guys working on?
Right now, we've got, with this year's budget, we put in $500,000 for sidewalk improvement. So
wonderful.
Almost a mile of sidewalk improvements to start out. I'm looking at it as phase one because we've got a lot of work to do with sidewalks. And so we're excited. That's going to be starting up here soon.
Well, and now are the sidewalks going to be in residential as well, the residential sidewalks?
Yes.
Wonderful.
And in fact, they're going to start with improving the sidewalks at the Roundhouse, which is a polling place for elections. So they're going to try to get that done before November so that folks going to vote have, a safe sidewalk to be on. So we're excited about that. And then they're going to go into residential neighborhoods. A lot of people are seeing paint on their sidewalks. Well, that paint is designated in areas that are going to be fixed.
Oh, so if they see paint, that's a good sign.
Yep, exactly.
And with that, too, sewer separation work?
Yep.
Is that going to continue or start?
Yes, along Wood River Avenue. So they've got some that's already started, but they're going to be doing work along Wood River Avenue through the fall and winter months. And then they're going to redo Wood River Avenue and do some improvements along with the sidewalks there as well.
And is that gonna help improve with, because I know that when you guys get a lot of rain over in Wood River, sometimes those basements take a little. Does that prevent some of that as well?
It should help. Yeah,
really
it
cool.
Should help quite a bit
Well,
actually.
The reason I say that is because with Rigdon, we would go all the time out there. It was always after it rained, and it would just be, we'd go there, and Stacy would go, well, you can't do anything here. It's the city that we got to wait on to drain down here,
Right.
So very cool.
It's definitely on our radar. We're looking to get the sewer separation completed, and we have to work with the federal government to get a lot of this work done. But so that slows it down a little bit, but we're getting it done. So.
That's really cool. And those are major infrastructure improvements.
Absolutely.
Now, when it comes to just quality of life, I've seen more and more businesses popping up. I had Quig Sports Emporium on the show a couple weeks ago, and just seeing all of this excitement brewing. As a council member, you got to feel pretty good about where you guys are at in this course in the game.
Yeah, I mean, we've had a lot of new property developments as well as remodels of old buildings. We're having a lot of things happen not only downtown, but also other parts of town. We've had over 30 business starts in town, and the property values have gone up considerably, of course, but new property in the city of Wood River proper is over $12 million.
Really?
Yeah. So just in the last 4 years. So you can, you see that through the tax bills and such.
That's a massive number, though.
And I'm sure the number's probably higher because it takes time for the.
One thing I wanted to ask you here, Mr. Plank, is what you guys are doing really well is the management of your TIF district. And I'm not comparing any townships, but just the way that you guys have kind of gone about this, because you were at a precipice point where you could have really invested all your eggs into one basket and called it a day. But the way that the council works is really a very safe and secure way of managing that TIF effectively, but also by still improving as well. And because once TIF's gone, it takes years and years to even get close to back.
Yeah, and in fact, we spread out a lot of the payments over several years. But part of the issue here is that the improvements have increased the property values, which increase the property taxes, which increases the funding available in the TIF. And so instead of putting it all up front, we spread it out, let it build, and then we have even more funds to work with. So
that's really, really cool. And, as the last year has kind of shaped up, because I haven't talked to you in a year.
Yeah, it's been at least a year, yeah.
What were some of the major milestones that you think you guys accomplished as a council?
I think the sidewalk issue is a major accomplishment for us, but one of the big things I talked about even when I was running for office 4 years ago was transparency.
Yeah.
At that time, we had agendas posted on the glass door at City Hall. So if you wanted to know what was going on for meetings, you had to physically go to City Hall to see it. And you had to go within 2 days of the meeting in order to see it. Now we have not just agendas, but we have minutes, we have council packets. We have all kinds of information online posted on the city's website. And, thanks to leadership, and we've been able to get a lot of this done, and we've had some good personnel additions to our staff, and so we're excited.
Well, another thing I noticed too, and I don't know how you feel about it, but whenever people are able to watch the meetings, it seems to get rid of some of that gray area of the telephone game.
Exactly. Exactly.
And it just seems like the conversations went from being really, really negative, and all of a sudden, from which I interpreted, and seeing how the comments changed, well, that wasn't really discussed that way at council. That wasn't how it was talked about.
That's exactly right. And in fact, the live feeds just give people the ability to watch and see what's happening without even leaving their home.
Yeah.
So any sort of misunderstandings get cleared up pretty quickly.
100%. Well, and as we're going through the summer, is there any projects right now that are any items of business that you guys are trying to tackle before school starts?
The sidewalk thing is getting ready to start, of course, and then the sewer separation started right off of Wood River Avenue, so that process has begun. We're also doing a thing where we're trying to get lead pipe data back to the city so we can understand which pipes going into homes are lead and not lead. So there's a whole process going on with that. So those are some of the projects that I think people will appreciate, but.
That's a major, not to cut you off, man, but that's a major one because it's all about modernizing the home. I mean, because, back in the 70s and 80s and 50s, just like here in Alton in my house, beautiful home, it's wonderful. But now I'm in the same kind of boat where it's like, all right, do we have lead pipes in here? Do we have this in here? And it's about making it safe, too, for generations to come. Absolutely. Everything's modernized. That's wonderful.
Yep, that's right. And so we're excited, and I'm excited going into the next year. Things are sort of calm right now, I think, with the city, and so we're excited, and we're trying to create an environment that's pro-business to want to come to the city and invest there and set up roots there, because it is cheaper to do business in Wood River as opposed to other parts, not just of the county, but also across the river in St. Louis. It's substantially cheaper to do business in Wood River.
You're right. Well, I was just seeing, in that month span, you had Max open up their convenience store in Wood River. You had the Sports Emporium and so many other entities. There was 7 or 8 that I saw within a matter of months that were just planting roots.
Yeah, absolutely.
And now, how important was revitalizing that sector of downtown for you and just the entire administration?
It's for decades it was sort of declining.
Yeah.
And thanks to a lot of folks putting a hard work in, getting, investing the time and bringing information together for folks, and the idea that we say, okay, we're open for business, I think goes a long ways. We're business friendly. We want people to invest their business here. So just communicating that with folks around the county and around the state and then across the river, I think, is important for us.
I think what's really cool, too, is the fact that you guys do have the Main Street status.
Yeah.
And because, honestly, the events and the things that brings in, but also the organizational support.
It is a huge deal, and it's going to bring in grant money for improvements and just promotion, and we're really excited about it and looking forward to the opportunities it presents for us. So
really cool.
Yeah.
Did you have a moment to stick around?
Yeah, absolutely.
I got to take a quick break. Our last one of the week at 10:45. A little bit of change. Yeah, we're on a little bit of delay. We'll take a quick break. Daily Show on a Friday. Hits you next right after this one. Mark your calendars for August 9th as Scotty McCreery is live at the Alton Amphitheater, celebrating the release of Rise and Fall, out now.
And tickets are on sale now.
Hear your favorites like This Is It.
This is now. This is what I've been talking about. Looking out.
And the new hit, Cab in a Solo. Get your tickets now at metrotix.com.
Get paid to go solar.
We're not solar bros. At Grid, we're solar pros. We explain the process behind solar power so you can make an informed decision. We'll work with you to make owning your power as simple as possible and affordable with zero down financing and payment options. Our only goal is to save you money. Call Grid when you're ready to be independent of the power company.
I had an amazing experience with Dr. Haug and her team. I came here when I was 10 years old to get my braces on. Now I'm 28 years old, braces off, and I get so many compliments on my smile. It's helped me thrive in my career as a news reporter, and also as Miss Missouri USA, I took the stage with confidence, knowing my smile was gonna make me look like $1 million. I've never felt better and more confident because of my smile.
Life's better when you're under the American Family Insurance roof, because they know your house is home base for their dreams. Whether it's a kid like me aiming for the big leagues, ready, future rocket scientist, or a budding prima ballerina. When you feel totally protected, your family's free to pursue their dreams. She's good.
Let's go.
American Family Insurance.
No matter the season, Play It Again Sports in Edwardsville has the gear the athletes need to get in the game. Whether you're shopping for the newest sports equipment or saving money on quality used gear, Play It Again Sports carries what you need to maximize performance to get the most out of every swing, kick, stroke, or shot. We'll even buy your used goods, paying cash on the spot. We carry all the gear for all the sports all year long. We're your hometown sporting goods store. Play It Again Sports, conveniently located at 4 Club Center Court in Edwardsville. Picture This and More has been a trusted name in the Alton community for more than 30 years, with the last 3 being right here on Broadway. We specialize in quality framing at affordable prices. We also feature works by local artists because we're proud of our community. If you have valued treasures to display and preserve, we're sure to have the perfect fit with our large selection of custom framing and display options. Whatever color, shape, or size, Picture This and More has the look you need. Stop by today and let us help you with your next project.
Ready for fantastic deals? Head to Village Dispensary, where every day is a celebration. Start your week with 25% off Dog Walker pre-rolls on Monday. Tuesday, enjoy 25% off Divs gummies. On Wednesday, enjoy 30% off Nevada pins. On Thursday, it's 30% off CQ sodas, margaritas, and more. Friday, enjoy 3.5 grams of Megatron by NGW and Cronuts number 4 by Paul Bunyan for $25. Visit VillageDispo.com and shop now. Welcome back to our daily show. Here's CJ.
Alright, even if they say you're wrong, well, it's alright. Sometimes you gotta be strong.
Welcome back. 1048. The end of the line for some will be April 2025 with that consolidated election. And Jeremy, you have a seat open up that time, correct?
Yes, I'll be running for re-election, and just looking forward to that opportunity, and just the challenges that come with it are exciting.
Did you foresee the changes of just kind of tone, the changes of just communication in regards just to the city in the last couple of years? Because what I think is really cool, and I don't want to speak for you, but you guys became adults really quickly because elections happen and things happen, but everyone started to come together relatively quick for that mission.
Yeah, and I think, there was probably some raw feelings for some folks, and I get it. But I think, as human beings, we want to be able to work together and forgive and move on and get things done. And so I think that's sort of what happens over time, and that happened for us.
Yeah. And now, when does your process start? Because we were just talking September as a petition sign up. Do you start pretty quick, or do you kind of wait until January to get out there and say hi?
Yeah, I mean, get out there in January, say hi, because going into the holiday season, people don't want to see politicians.
Not on the major election. You're under. Does that come into play?
People are pretty focused on that, so we're sort of second fiddle related to the general election. So
shouldn't be that way.
Right? I understand. Local elections are very important. So, but it's just the nature of the beast.
Really cool. And now, what's your process going to look like? Are you a door knocker? Do you like to walk and really gather the sights and sounds?
I do like to knock on doors, and I like to engage people, even when folks have negative things to say to me. I'll definitely talk to them. So, because that. It's part of the process, you take the positive and you take the negative and try to come up with good solutions.
And what are you looking to do if you're elected for another term?
I'm looking to continue the transparency, but mostly focus on just the business development and getting businesses to come to Wood River and to improve the local neighborhoods. We do have a first-time home buyers program in Wood River. So if you buy your first home in Wood River, you get some of that down payment covered by the city, so up to $5,000.
Can you utilize that in conjunction with the county grant?
I believe so, yes.
Wow. That's really cool.
Yep, absolutely. So we've got some good things happening. We're just trying to improve the look and bring in businesses and just have some growth in town. We're in a major thoroughfare in Wood River.
Yeah, you are.
Between Edwardsville and Alton. So we have some huge opportunity to grow.
Well, and you're in a really nice location, geographically speaking, too, because you have land to still use.
Exactly.
And, there's one thing that, especially with this sinkhole, over here, no one is talking about the most participated sport is not baseball. Actually, it's soccer.
Yeah.
Why aren't we creating this huge soccer complex and bringing in all these teams to have these tournaments?
Right.
You know, and doing those, because the sports barn was a wonderful pickup.
Yeah,
and
sure.
just keep adding to that, because there's a big market when it comes to sports tourism, and it just like that.
Yeah, we're definitely looking at that.
Yeah.
There's some huge opportunity there, just location-wise. Now that we've got a first plant,
Mhm.
basically, now we can grow around it and set up some opportunities for growth later.
Man, that's wonderful. And you know, you're a CPA, right? And
Yes, sir.
I'm not going to lie, I was very nervous to ask that question because I didn't really, I got to check before he comes on, and I forgot to. But,
That's okay.
you know, whenever we're talking about this growth, I'm sure there's a little bit of hesitancy from some residents because they are looking at that tax bill. Is any of the growth going to affect anyone's tax bill? Do you foresee quadrupling or maybe, you know, getting more expensive?
Not the tax bill. In fact, it'll spread out the tax debt basically to the residents. It'll spread it out and thin it out and make it less. So because the property values are going up on the other side of town, they're covering more of the portion that's due.
Okay.
So actually, it'll be a good thing for residents.
That's really cool. I see. I didn't know how, because I'm not a good tax guy at all. I would never be able to prepare your taxes or even look at those things.
Yeah. So we're excited about that in that sense as well. I mean, it's a good opportunity for us.
Now, is there any are there any type of dangerous scenarios when it comes to growing and bringing, because you're not just bringing in businesses, you're talking infrastructural growth, you're talking, you know, sewer separation projects, different components. Are there any kind of hesitancies that you guys have as a council about maybe taking on too many things at once, or any of those avenues?
Yeah, I think we're not there at that point. I mean, as far as you know, growing too fast, we're not at that point. I think our growth has been pretty steady. So we do see where infrastructure needs to be developed, and I think we have a good staff to be able to handle those issues. So we're definitely thinking about those going forward, but we're not growing too fast like some cities. You know, sometimes I think Edwardsville probably does that quite a bit.
Yeah.
But we're not there yet. Our growth has been pretty steady and drawn out, so we're excited about being able to address those.
Really cool. And, you know, I wanted to ask you this too, because last time I had you on, I wanted to ask, do you guys foresee any new residential properties being built, like neighborhoods or subdivisions? Do you guys have space for that?
There is space for it. You know, we do have an issue with housing stock in Wood River. I've definitely been acutely aware of that, and so we're definitely looking to see that addressed. We need the private sector to sort of get the vision for it.
Yeah.
But we're definitely open to it and looking for opportunities there.
Well, and another thing I wanted to talk about are just the partners that you work with in agencies throughout the city of Wood River, but also the Riverbend and throughout the county, because this is, you know, you can't achieve a lot without, you know, using different bodies and different municipalities. Do you guys have a pretty good working relationship with Madison County government?
Yes. In fact, we have very good relationships with Madison County government. The new chairman coming in is going to be, he's from Wood River, so he's very sensitive to the issues in Wood River. And, of course, very good relationships with most of the county board and many of the leaders that work there on a daily basis.
Well, and speaking of leadership, you always know when people are at their best when times are at their worst, you know, and you can see who they are. And I wanted to ask you about some of the alleviation that you guys have given to the entities at Gordmore Park for some of the things that have been going on there that had to be rescheduled.
Sure.
What are some of the ways that you guys have utilized your park system to help out with the Gordmore situation?
So like 6th Street Park, they've been able to send some of the programs down to 6th Street Park, which thank you to the Parks Director for, you know, addressing that issue with that need with the city of Alton to get some of those programs down there, the games and such. And then, of course, a rec center has taken on some overflow as well. So we're excited about, you know, just being able to expand our parks and be able to use those more thoroughly. We have one baseball field that's under remodel. It's getting remodeled there at 6th Street, but we're able to handle some of those needs that Alton has.
It's got to be really a great feeling, though, to know that you guys can help out with those needs and be a partner, because, you know, that's something that's invaluable, really.
Yep, absolutely. We're also looking at West End Park, trying to, you know, do some improvements there. You know, sort of in the beginning stages of what we can do there. And then East End Park, like a lot of parks, we've had pickleball craze that's coming to town. So,
Yeah.
That's a blessing for us, and I think that's helped out in a lot of ways with a revenue stream for the rec center. But we're excited about those new opportunities, especially with the sports barn coming into town.
Well, and what I think is really cool as well is the variety, the different demographics and age and generations you have in Wood River. Because every town has your young population, your older population, but you guys really have a unique diversity when it comes to it. Because when I'm driving down with my grandpa and stopping into the donut shop, and seeing generations of grandparents, but also their grandkids coming in, and then you take a drive over to 6th Street and you see all the kids playing in the park with their families. It's really a great picturesque setting that you guys have.
Yeah, and the playgrounds we have are
wonderful.
I mean, they have some unique, sets on there that kids can use that are outside of the normal sort of playground set that you see, and it's exciting for the kids. I'm acutely aware of that, because of my kids and my wife. She's been an amazing support for me, Abby, and I just can't thank her enough for just she has a phrase called "pump my tires." She pumps my tires a lot of times, and you can do that sort of thing. So she's been a great support.
That goes a long way.
Yeah.
Well, and now as we're getting to the kind of the end point of this, the broadcast day, whenever we're seeing these improvements starting with the sidewalk improvements, with the sewer separation, is there any FAQs that maybe you can give some residents about, what to do if, they are starting to repair your sidewalk? Are you going to maybe have to park in a different avenue for a couple of hours or maybe even a day?
Yeah, there'll be along Wood River Avenue when that starts. They'll have to park on the side streets, but there'll be signage there for them to be able to do that. And so we've had some sewer separation in the past, like on State Street. So I think residents are starting to get used to that idea. I think so, but the city has been has learned from those situations to just with the signage and things. So we're excited about getting those things done and getting the streets, cleaned up and it was from the water, and so we're looking forward to that.
Really cool. And Jeremy, I always love talking with you. Is there anything else that we haven't touched on today?
No, I think we're in good shape. Appreciate the opportunity.
Well, and seriously, you guys are welcome back at any time. That's shame on me, because whenever I saw it, I went, man, I have not talked to any of those folks in a long time.
Yeah,
and you guys are always welcome on, because you guys are really becoming just a great council, a really great council.
Yeah, I just the last thing, with our live feed for city council, some folks say, hey, that's too much, but I'm like, well, you're seeing government at work. You're seeing discussion and debate at work, and sometimes people disagree, and that's okay.
Yeah.
As long as we keep it in the strike zone, we can disagree professionally and get something done for the taxpayers.
Well, and it's a transparency thing that goes back to what you hit so well on, is, there's no better verdict than the one that you see with your own eyes,
Exactly.
With that being said, we'll make sure to link everything on right up on RiverBender.com, but we're out of time today. I got to go to Community Christmas. We're going to win $3,000 today, Jeremy.
Sounds good.
Yep. On that note, you have a good weekend. Stay safe, but most importantly, as always, just try your very best to stay out of jail. Oh, and I'll have a collared shirt on Monday.